Hi, I'm Tim Olson, and I want to talk to you today about lights. Lights are probably the most expensive thing that you'll buy in paintless dent repair. And there's a reason for that. The designs have been really well studied and well thought out, and if you buy a PDR light and it costs you $450, it's going to make you back all that money. However, when you're first starting out, that's a big chunk to pay. So I went to Home Depot the other day, which is a local hardware store, and I went in with the goal of coming out with all the stuff that a person could use to do it yourself, make a light that he could practice with. Might not necessarily be the light that he always uses, but it's a good practice light. And I came out with some inspiration. This is the inspiration piece that I'm talking about. I was painting my shed, and my wife and I, she said, we need an extendable pole. Well, look at this one. Is that crazy or what? When I saw that, I thought, man, if you could make a PDR light out of something like that, you could do well. But that was the inspiration piece that we came out with, and then from there it was, well, what else, other off-the-shelf things can we find that will actually give us a PDR light? And so I want to show you how to put one together for around $70. You can spend as much as $100 depending on if you build it the way I did. But for $70, you can walk out of Home Depot with all the stuff that you need to put together a light today. So let's get started. Okay, so we have our inspiration piece. We're going to set that there. That's going to be our upright pole. But what's neat about, when I was in the paint department, I found this. It's called a Mr. Long Arm brush and tool holder. And I looked at that and I said, wow, that might work for something. You know, how could a guy use that? Because it's designed to hold a brush on the end of this Acme threaded pole. Well, that was one thing. And then the other thing was this light, which came in this box right here. It came with a bulb and everything for around $20. So this light fixture right here, which happens to be what they call a T5, this cord, which is around $5 to $6 to buy the cord, because this light is designed to be installed in a permanent installation, but when you buy this cord, you'll actually make it an unpluggable installation. So you got to have the cord. It comes with these wire nuts, and then this little piece right here, which is what they call a B-flex conduit holder. And it also holds the cord real nice and won't let it pull out. Now you notice that I put the cord in the middle. What you do have to do is knock these tabs out, and I made several attempts. That one didn't work. There's one under here that didn't work. Finally settled on the one in the middle. And now we've got our pieces together, and it should work. If you plug it in, it'll turn on. And so I put the cover on it. So now the cover's in it, ready to accept the light fixture. The cord is on it, ready to plug in. And now we need to take our brush holder and install it in it. So there's one more thing before you put your cover on that I had to do, and that is that I had to drill a 1/4 inch hole right here. It comes with this piece right here, the brush arm does. So if you drill a 1/4 inch hole as far out as you can, and so a 1/4 inch hole right there as far close to the end as you can, and there's a reason for that. And then your brush holder is going to go on this side of it. Now this is actually turned around backwards. See the teeth? That's supposed to go to the brush, but we turned it around backwards because these teeth on this side, it makes it where it bottoms out and we can't pivot this. So then this goes in here, like so, and then put your wing nut on it, and now you've got an adjustable arm. So that's part of it. But the rest of it, on the brush holder, comes down to this. And so underneath the light goes this piece. It comes with these wing nuts. Now you can tighten that down fairly tight. It's going to slip a little bit, and if a guy is smart about it, he'll probably put a shim in there if he wants to. This is a 2-foot light, and you actually can use a 3-foot light with this if you wanted to. But you notice that this is all together now, and so we take our little wrap off our bulb, we put this in here, the bulb's in place, ready to mount to our pole. And so since this is just a screw mount, they call it an Acme screw mount, you actually have a light that you can position either upright like this, either out to the side like this, or if you choose to loosen it up, you can go down. So there's one correction that I need to make here, and that's that the wing nuts actually need to go beside the bulb, and that is so that the screws can actually allow this to pivot right here when you decide to adjust it. So you can adjust this light, pretty much any angle you want to along this pole, and it'll hold it in place. And you can use this light to practice with if you want to. But that's one thing. Now, what would you do? Get your wife to hold this? No. Let's make a stand for holding up this pole, our little inspiration piece. Okay, so this is our stand. Now, when I went to the store, I knew about these little bases. These are actually trash can bases for Rubbermaid trash cans. And I like them because they've got 5 wheels on them. They're good wheels, and it's fairly thick plastic, and it's already kind of sturdy in itself. However, this is $30, and so this is an optional piece. You have to decide what you want to spend. I personally like having it on wheels, and so that's what I did. Now, this is basically a pipe base, what they call a flange base, and this is 1.5-inch pipe. Now, I chose that, and you might have a better way to mount it. I chose that because this light, our little inspiration piece, our little paint pole, goes in there just about like that. Now, it's not tight, and it's not, it could come up and everything, but the weight of it's going to hold it down. So now our light is upright, and we can use it. So let's see it in operation. So that's as tall as it'll go. Now, that's as tall as I am almost. So that's pretty good. Now, here's how it looks like with its arm extended out. And you do have to loosen that up, and that's, yes, a little bit of a pain. But you've got a light that actually you could use to practice with on a hood. So that's kind of nice. So the key to a light, basically, if you want to learn how to do PDR, is one that'll go this way, and one that'll go this way, and even some angles in between that'll kind of match up to the panel that you're working on. So now that we've got our little cord in here, we can plug it in and use it, and it comes on, and now you can practice PDR with it. Or can you? There's a little bit more that you need to know about because this bare bulb really won't get you there. But I would like to show you how you can modify this with just one more piece and a couple other things. But before I do that, if you would, just to show me your gratitude for watching this video, give me your email address, and I'll be glad to let you see the next video, which is going to show you what modification you can do to this light and use it to practice with for PDR. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.